Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for educations and technology. So yesterday I shared with everybody that I'm starting a new direction for Wing Chun, and that is Art of Wing Chun Directions. So our focus is to study, to learn, to be proficient with the Art of Wing Chun Queen. And everybody will be able to do that. That's the goal. So today I'd like to share with you an extremely critical concept on studying the Chinese martial arts or the qigong or the meditations. You need to know this. If you don't know what I'm going to share with you today, it is not likely that you can develop anything. See, in today's world, when you heard about, oh, this is the internal Wing Chun Kung Fu, that is the qigong, that is the meditation, all sort of stuff like this, you always heard, or you always related, or always get into something called philosophy. Somebody will say right away quoting Lao Tzu or the Book of Change or whatever, and then it goes non-stop into all directions of philosophy. You believe this, I believe this, get creative and all kind of stuff, and then get into some kind of myth magic like qi. If you talk about qi today, everybody talk about all this philosophy and so forth, but what is it? Nobody really know. Or get into the directions of secret move, secret set. Like, oh, I have the secret sets in this martial arts. I have this secret move. Or the Yigam 1850 Xu Liu Tao set is a secret. You need to learn this move. It's like the Kung Fu movie. You learn this secret set and then you become some kinds of Superman. Or it get into the, this grandmaster say what? This grandmaster teach what? You often heard about the Chinese talk about, oh, my great grandmaster, you know, my sifus teach this. And this is from which grandmaster? From this family, that family. You know, all this about the philosophy, secret, and the this grandmaster do this and that. This is the thing which is screw the entire Chinese culture up for past at least 100 years. And that's why you see all this grandmaster, they have big title, but they go nowhere. When you get into the Western scientific testing, you look at how they face it, or how they cannot face it. Can they verify it? And this is also the problem which in China today, or entire world, most of the Chinese martial art people cannot face Xi Xiaodong because they had no idea what is going on. Especially in past few decades, many Westerners go to China and get a title, brushing their wing with some lineage holder, quote unquote, who know what the heck it is, and then come back become a grandmaster. And it is here. Always, my grandmaster say this. I'm the grandmaster now. I know this, but hey, hello. Can you explain the what, why, how of this thing? If you ask around, they can. Why? Because they completely missing the ancient Chinese teaching. As in my book, the Wing Chun Inception, the last chapter I talked about that after the early 1900, the Chinese start to using the modern Chinese language. Nobody really go serious study the classical Chinese anymore. Even though they know words, they can translate to the English, it doesn't make any sense at all. Okay? And that's what happened. For example, in the ancient, the teaching of the Chinese, 含胸拔背, like in the internal, when you have the qi developed, you have to 含胸拔背, okay? Like you have to be, what, they say that what, lift out your back and then contain your chest, those kind of stuff. You know how is the real deal in the ancient Chinese? When people say 含胸拔背, today you see everybody who practice Sanzhuang, anything is all this rounded, and then the have to do all kind of stuff, okay? You know what? The Chinese, ancient Chinese didn't do that. The real deal of 含胸拔背 is this shoulder is slightly moved back, relax up, not like this today. It's put like that. Why? Because the ancient Chinese know if you do something like that, it's going to create problem for your lung to breathe. So when the shoulder is slightly go back like that, you know how to breathe better. You can breathe better. So that's the teaching of the Chinese, the ancient Chinese. So prior to 1930s, when you talk about 含胸拔背, all the old timer, my sifu, my qigong, they do this. And today it's like this. And then they have all this Taoist philosophy or all this channel or all this thing where they don't even have an idea what happened. Okay? Now, so what is the truth? You might ask me, Hendrik. What the truth is this? The truth in the proper comprehensive Chinese martial art or qigong or meditation teaching is that it always comes with this. The first is called gong fa, process steps. So process step is like, how am I going to say produce a computer? Every steps. Process step. You need to have that process step. Every step, every details you must know. Or else you cannot get that. Okay? Now, process step is not up for imagination. Okay? Not up for discussion. Do you know the process step or you don't know the process steps? And if one get the proper process step and one work hard on it, put the time on it to work on it, one will get into the state of achievement. In Chinese, it's called 成就. By the time one get into the achievement, guess what? The body will show the signature. It's like just now we talk about this 含胸拔背. If you really achieve on, you can sing qi to dantian or lower abs breathing, you see this shoulder will not going like that. It will be slightly like that. Okay? You can see read the body signature. The sifu will read the body signature of the student and know where his achievement. Well, today I go farther than that. So that's why I introduced the heart rate tracker or breathing tracker or heart rate variability, like in the book of Wing Chun Inception. So with scientific, it's not my sifu say anymore. It is precise and it is accurate. Whether one get there or not. And if one don't get there, meaning might be this problem in the process steps or the problem of the guy who trained it. Maybe they misunderstood something. Again, that's why Wing Chun Inception, I share with you this. The process steps and the measurement with the scientific tools. So it's not Hendrik say what, Hendrik say what. No, you just check into your heart rate. It is objective. If you can do it, you can go to the hospital and you still can do it. Scientific. That's the reason of the Wing Chun Inception. You want to talk about internal, you better get this straight. And that's why when we talk about the nurture qi or cultivate qi, in Wing Chun Inception, it gives you the process steps and you can measure or verify your achievement with your modern scientific technology, wearable technology. Then you really know, do you have the Kung Fu? Are you proficient with it? For example, those who can nurture qi, they can lay down there and get into the nurture qi state, and every 5 minutes, you know, this watch be able to tell you with voice, yes, every 5 minutes, what is your heart rate? What is your heart rate? What is your heart rate? And you can see the heart rate going down. Now we have the tools already. This gadget in my hand can tell about your training. Okay, let me share with you one thing. It is voice, so that you don't have to wake up and look at the thing, like you will 站桩 or anything. You can use this.
开始运动
It just tell you this, right?
运动已暂停
So it's all voice activate.
运动已结束
Now I have the using this type of technology. So if you want 站桩 or anything, we know really clearly, scientifically we can track it, verify it. Now, after the achievement or 成就, one will have something called 见地 in Chinese. 见地 is insight. If you really be able to get like forwarders in the Wing Chun Inception to nurture qi, your heart rate going down, you will be able to see to experience the state of the nurture qi, and also you will have insight inside there. And the insight will be including your 6 core elements, like your body has to be in certain way and your mind has to be in certain state, that you'll be able to get inside there. So you'll be able, when you get this insight, you'll be able to tell how to get there, what happened with your 6 core element. Okay? So you have to go through this. The reason why I am be able to formulate out the 6-13-3 in this basic Wing Chun Art and Science book is because I go through this. Not that I'm a Superman, but my teacher trained me with this. So, in this book, say the 6-13-3, I give you the step process and the verification, how you get there. And in the Wing Chun Inception, I further get you into the using of the modern technology to verify it. That's how you develop it and how you can handle the thing, and if you continue to do that, then you can master that thing or be proficient with the thing. Now we are not talking about I'm the best fighter in the world, I'm the most authentic. We don't. We just talk about what, why, how, and how can we get there. many people nowadays have stress. Now, if people who follow the nurture chi, many people get help. They feel better because they now be able to handle their body more than they before. So they have the insight, say, hey, wait a minute, I think too much now. I want to drop this thinking. I want to stop my work now. I want to take 5-minute rest because I know this. Because they have the insight, they go through this. Okay? So, what happened is this. When people talk about this Jin Di, insight, the guy who have no idea get into that, they are thinking that people talk philosophy. Okay? Or this grandmaster say this, that grandmaster say that. Or there's a secret Hendrik didn't teach me, so that I didn't get there. Well, right now, I don't have a secret and I don't want to put a secret. That's why I put this kind of thing out. I put this 6-13-3 kind of thing out. And if you want to have lower breathing, I put in the Wing Chun matrix, the entire process down. Same within the meditation matrix, and I show you what is the Anapanasati, all this thing. It is this. It is a technology. So, this is the truth. And for me, because right now we are walking the path of art of Wing Chun, this need to know. If we don't know this, we will have no way to achieve what the ancient talk about. All those philosophy, debating, this grandmaster say this, my Sifu told me this, all nonsense. Because if you cannot achieve something is measurable scientifically, you don't have anything. You want to measure the impulse momentum, you want to measure the strength, you want to measure your SpO2, VO2 max. If you cannot do that, you don't have anything. You just circle around here, selling what? Snake oil. Okay? So this is what I like to share with you. It's the art of Wing Chun. And that piece of culture, the Wing Chun culture or the Chinese culture, in Chinese ancient culture, it belongs to all human beings. It's not belongs to any family, last name or anything. Well, face it, they don't have it anyway, right? And all of this is recorded in the teaching of like Mengzi, teaching of the Anapanasati, teaching of the Buddhist meditation by Zhi, okay, the book Xiao Zhi Guan, or the Six Wonderful Dwarf. All is there, but the people don't read the ancient stuff, don't study, and keeping spiral here. Especially in the West. Whenever I say something, they say, Hendrik, show me the exact translations of this book and that book. So I smile, walk away, usually. Why? It is about this. How to make that thing happen, the technology to make that thing happen. It is not about you think it's reading literature and up for your interpretations to get high. And because you can interpret this and that means you have a more advanced understanding. Who cares for understandings? Can you get into the state? Can you verify it with this thing? That is the name of the game. Xi Xiaodong will not care what you're thinking, your understanding. But Xi Xiaodong will be really concerned if you can accelerate your momentum this fast, this fast, this fast beyond him. And handle your heart rate or heart rate variability this low or this high beyond him. Well, This is benchmarking. You like it or not, it is benchmarking when it comes to competition, right? Of course, I'm not suggest people go for competitions, fighting and violence. I don't want that. I just emphasize here, you need a benchmarking. You need to know how to make things happen. Or else you don't have Chinese culture. The entire thing is gone, period. Like today, how many people really practice meditation, breathing and everything can get into this state? What are serious questions? And also over here, people usually talk about, hey, you know, I want to fa jing. You come grab me, I want to fa jing. But if you look at it clearly with this view of the ancient Chinese, you know they don't even be able to do what the usual beginning judoka do. Look at the judoka. Like the other day, I make a video on the quality of the martial arts. Okay, in this channel. The judoka know how to get in, even to practice the first ogushi. And look at how this all this push hand fa jing guy do. How is their body? So those are here, and then it become an environment, a kinds of ritual, religions, a kind of community they live here. So if we really want to develop the skill of ancient Chinese, or be able to understand ancient Chinese, go this path. Always ask, so what is the gongfa? What is the process step? What is the sign of achievement? I can verify. How is that sign of achievement equivalent with today's scientific measurement? And ask oneself, when you get there, what is your insight on this thing? If you don't have this, then chances is you don't have this. And if you don't have this, you have to go back here, check your process steps and your practice. And for so-called secret move everything, there's no secret move. It is just the process steps. When people don't want to teach you the entire process step, you'll never get there. I can teach you the entire Xiu Lim Tao, 1850 Xiu Lim Tao. But what do you do? Dance? That's why those who like to learn Xiu Lim Tao with me, you look at it now, all those who learn Xiu Lim Tao, how many hoops and loops I make them jump. Why? You need this, so that you be able to achieve the skill of the Xiu Lim Tao. And then you know your body transform. Okay? Not those just well, I understand now, Hendrik, I can mimic this posture. You are not even get in there, you are just doing here. So this is what I like to share with you. I like to talk straight. Why? Because it's about culture, it is about you. How many years, how much money you're going to waste if you go to keeping flowing here? But if you go this track, you know right away. And you'll be able to converge with the world. You'll be able to function with the world, whether it's medically or with our friends in the sports or MMA. We talk the same language. No fantasy. And it's reality. And we know our limitations here, for sure. And we can check here, can we improve? So, this is really extremely critical. And that's why in all my books, all these books, including the Resurrecting Wing Chun, in Resurrecting Wing Chun, that is a chapter on developing the short strike Wing Chun's momentum, basic momentum. If you don't develop that, forget about it. And that is written in Shaolin Short Strike. Classic. And by the way, why is people reading this? They don't understand about that process? Well, you need to learn. You need to go through this and know what it is. I cannot say, oh, you just stand in this stance and you will have this momentum. What? It is not like that. It is you need to have this going through the entire process. So a sifu, if you want to be a sifu, is the person who have gone through this and have the insight and really be able to handle it. Only that way you can teach a student. Otherwise, sifu for what? You want to be grandmaster? Okay, put the title grandmaster. Grandmaster here meaning that you have very advanced insight because your kung fu is really deep. Your handling, your transformation is extremely deep so that you can handle the stuff you develop, and also you'll be able to get insight and you can actually improve it. If you want to be grandmaster, you better be able to improve it. Not grandmaster by title, okay? So, this is what I like to share with you today. Remember, okay? And if you want to look into all this process, all this stuff, go get my books, okay? Every step, every process has to be there. And in my book, of course, I'm just saying what the ancient teach in today's language and using this, this modern tools to verify. Why? So there's no quarrel. If you can go follow, say for example, the process steps of in here, you can check into your heart rate change. You don't need my approval because it's your body. And I don't want to become a guy who approves somebody else. I'm not happy to do that because I don't want to play God. I am more happy to release all this culture, this technology, so that we can make the best use of it. Everybody can use it for their daily life. Our modern living with this COVID time and everything is more and more difficult. We need those technology to help us. What is the point to learn Wing Chun or something like that? Make believe I'm a Superman someday and everything, but you can never really use it daily. What is the point to learn meditation that way or qigong that way? Or what is the point to say, well, I learned this from Hendrik. I'm the Hendrik student. Well, who cares? I don't even care, but can you do this? The process steps, can you get the achievement and can you get the insight? If you can do that, you know what? There are many people I taught here. I said, go out and help people. The bottom line is helping people. Sure, money is important, as what the other day I said. If you open a school like a Harvard or MIT or Stanford, you give good quality educations, you help so much people, you deserve to take the money, to make the money. But the bottom line is that, do you have the solution? Do you have the contributions? Ask that first. What do I contribute? Don't ask the money. Ask, what do I contribute? It's not like making a business plan of how to market all this thing. No, that's not the way of the art of Wing Chun go in the ancient. It is about, first ask, what can I contribute here? By the way, let me tell you, finally a story. Not a story, an incident, a real incident. My teacher, my teacher is Zen Patriarch, late Venerable Hua, who is in San Francisco, in City of 10,000 Buddha. Decades ago, he told us, he said, you guys come America. Do not take the unemployment, work hard, and always think, what can you contribute to this society? What can you contribute to this country? Don't keeping ask the government do this for you, get this money from you. No, you want to think to contribute. If you contribute, money will come. But stop being be there and I don't want to work. I just want a good life. I take the unemployment and all those kind of stuff. I want the government, the American government, to give me all benefit. Don't think that way. That's what my Sifu taught us. If you are my student, you be diligent. You contribute to the society, to the country, and to the living beings. That's how the ancient teach. And Venerable Xuanhua, he often say, I'm nobody, I'm just an ant. Ants, you know, like the ants, these small bug ants. Those are the ancient, the old generations. The real deal is like that. So I share with you this is because it is time for us to know what is the reality. It is the time for those who like to go this direction, find out what it is. Of course, we are not perfect, but at least that we have a direction to go. We will be able to help ourselves and help others. That's the bottom line.